just out and about here in West Tennessee. Sorry, me, not the best view. So I'll get it up a bit. So, how's everybody making it through winter or the 2026 snow ice apocalypse so far? Just kind of going out and about. There's some medical personnel from in our area that are possibly needing some rides to work. So just kind of got out to see how the roads were and what it's looking like. They've been blading off one side of the road, as you can see, kind of over in that area, and it's pretty daggum slick. I think a lot of people don't realize that you get snow built up in your tires, it actually helps with the traction, so that helps a little bit. You can drive on it. It's just slick if you're not paying attention. It's like anything else. You can probably just about anybody get by if you've got a somewhat capable vehicle. So, I mean, there's people out in minivans, pickup trucks, all kinds of stuff, just driving around. If you're not comfortable driving in this kind of stuff, if you're fearful or whatever, probably need to stay off of it. So, I'm gonna let a few more people get on. What I wanted to talk about in this video was what kind of gear have you got that you're using during this time of year, or like during this kind of situation at home that we use out in camp. I know one of everybody's biggest fear, I think, from the 1994 ice storm that we got was, which I was 12, I think, then when that happened. So to me, it was just fun. Just played in the snow or whatever. But I think we had like 11 days where we lived that we didn't have any power. Again, I was a kid, didn't really care. What's up? Sorry, I'm trying to drive. I can't really see. It's so bright out here. It's hard to see my screen. Is that? I don't know how you say that name on there, but what's up? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. We are highway patrol are kind of out in Tennessee, out kind of checking the roads and that kind of stuff. So far, it's been, roads are not terrible, but they are slick. They're better as long as you're staying on the side that they haven't cleared. The road's actually not slick at all because it's not. We had a lot of ice last night, but it's been snowing enough this morning that it's kind of got one side of the road covered with snow, which is not slick. Now it's on top of ice, so if it keep piling up, it'll get the roads back to where you can drive on them pretty easy. And I'm gonna say the roads are so rough, even with ice on them, they're so rough. But still, I've had plenty of traction. I haven't had any issue. No, I'm not a truck driver. I'm just in my Jeep Gladiator. It's a truck. It's not a big truck. So anyway, what I was trying to read these comments. We're in West Tennessee, kind of near Jackson. Roads they're covered pretty bad. There's a snowplow running right now, kind of halfway sitting in the bullet intersection. It broke down. So anyway, so what I was going to talk about, sorry I got distracted, is what gear we've got that we use while we're overlanding, camping, or whatever, doing our adventures and stuff we do, that we actually use worthwhile for situations like this. God, this road's rough. That's another thing. From everybody driving on it yesterday, and where they had cleared the roads, it's like all of it's all piled up. It's just like, I mean, it's like driving on freaking boulders. But anyway, so we can get over in this other lane. It may be a little smoother. Yeah, it's much smoother. I'm actually driving in the snow now, and it's much smoother. So everybody was going back to what I was saying earlier. The ice storm in '94 was so bad that everybody's been worried about losing power and that kind of stuff. And some of the stuff that we use when we're camping or whatever which is kind of, I purposely built my Gladiator with this in mind, is I didn't, I'm wanting to have plenty of power while I'm at camp, but I also knew that the things I buy, I try to be thoughtful about the things I buy for camping. Will it help us at home in situations like this? And to answer that question is yes. Like generators, everybody's been going nuts buying generators and things like that, which they need fuel. And then here's the bad thing about buying a generator: most people don't maintain them, including us, like we should have. We've got 4 over at my parents' shop, and I think only one of them's running. Just enough to keep things going, what they can keep their well going, things like that if the power goes out. But we use solar generators and like battery packs and that kind of stuff for camping, which can be used at home. These grooves are hard. Once you get in these grooves, it's hard to get out of them. Once you keep a generator going, you got to keep gas in it. They're loud, they're obnoxious, but at that point, it doesn't really matter if you're just trying to keep things going. The cool thing about the batteries is, for one, as long as you got solar panels, you can keep stuff going indefinitely. As long as you got sun, like a day like today is so overcast, you're not going to get a lot of charge out of them, but you can get some. You just have to think through what you're doing and how you're using them, maybe a little more than you do a generator. But they work well. Like my truck, I've got an inverter in my truck, and the battery power I've got in my truck, I mean, if push comes to shove, I can run an extension cord out, I can keep a refrigerator going, I can keep several heaters going, things like that. I've got an EcoFlow Wave 2 portable air conditioner / heater that's battery powered. It'll run, I can run the heat out of it on, that can keep my master bedroom and bathroom warm without any issues. Diesel heater goes back, you gotta have diesel to run it and a little bit of power, but they don't use hardly any power. I could take my smaller Blue 80 power station and run for what's up? Sorry, I'm trying to read these comments. I could run my diesel heater for probably a week on my power station without it ever. It'd probably go a little longer than that. So we've pretty much got a 12-volt refrigerator that we keep in the truck. So push comes to shove, which if you're in this kind of weather, you probably ain't got to worry about keeping anything cold, obviously. But in bad storms, whatever, lose power, whatever, if you need to keep some milk, some eggs, just a few things like that. I mean, I can keep a bunch of stuff from ruining in my refrigerator in my truck. So there's a lot of things. Lights, like our battery powered lights we use at camp, our propane stoves, which I'm kind of changed over, started using the induction, which is power, but I still have all my propane stoves, and keeping propane on hand, propane bottles. Most people that have grills, or Blackstones are real popular, so most people have propane grills. They've got propane bottles. As long as you got your propane, you can still cook Heck, you can even stay warm if you had to with them. There's just a lot of options. Charcoal grills are good to have too, because we've that's one of the things. Like, everybody's running around buying generators, this kind of stuff. I'm like, I mean, I've got a big bag of charcoal. I can pretty much cook any meat on it. Another thing, by getting out and doing the camping and stuff we do, is having cast iron. Most of the guys that we camp with use cast iron. It's like, heck, build you a fire out in your backyard, you can cook. It doesn't have to be, don't have to do anything rugged like that, but knowing how to cook with cast iron is definitely something you should have in your survival toolbox, as people like to say. That'd be a good thing to, which it's not hard to cook on cast iron. You just kind of make sure they're seasoned well and that kind of stuff. You pretty much cook. There's not really anything you can't cook on with cast iron and a fire. So this hill I'm on right here is one of the places that always gets, this is a high traffic area. Usually this hill right here usually gets real slick there, ice and stuff. But like I said, it's snowing again in our area, which is, to me, is a good thing, and can get enough. We'll get enough snow on top of this. We can keep everything where it can still get around. This road's rough though. Let's see. We got a few more people on here. So this is, I don't know of any major power outages in our area. I know some people in Madison County and Jackson, Tennessee. I think there's been a few areas that are out, but it's not widespread that I've heard. I know some people, I think south of us, I believe, is where they got more ice, and even east of us have got more ice. I've been kind of been driving around a little bit today. I haven't seen, just doesn't look like there's a lot of ice built up on everything. So I think we're going to be good. It's just not going to be just not going to warm up. So we're going to be dealing with this stuff on the roads for several more days. I think the high next week is like, it may be 30. And we've got several days. It's going to start out, and then through the night it's going to be in single digits. So this stuff's not going anywhere for sure, at least for us, for the next little bit. So let's see. I'm just driving around all over Medina. Somebody asked what subdivision I was in. That are want to know what subdivision. So I've kind of just been driving all over Medina, kind of seeing how the subdivisions are, how bad the roads are. And then you got people that are deciding to drive in the middle of the road instead of staying on their side of the road. But anyway, I guess I can drive in a ditch better than they can. Guy was literally coming around a curve in my lane. That is one thing to watch out. People are bad. Like, I get it. I get you're having to. People are trying to people trying to drive in the same dang lane, and they get one section of the road rutted out, and they think that's the best place to drive. It's like, just drive in your lane. Especially when it's snow. Snow, again, going back to what I said earlier, when you get snow packed in your tires, it will actually give you more traction than not. So that's just a thing to remember. It is seriously coming down again. And it looks like it's a little mixture of ice and snow this time instead of just one or the other. Had some, let's see, it says I don't know what that means. I guess it was a truck driver. Said he was a truck driver. So just piddling around. Figured I would show everybody. Sorry, it's not a very clear view of the area. Just to keep my windshield clear. It's my windshield wipers are completely froze up. So anyway, so that's how everything's looking around in West Tennessee right now. Me personally, I would rather be out on a trail right now, and I may do that tomorrow. Run up to Natchez Trace National Park and just kind of drive around and see how it's looking. And I may video that. That's really pretty when you throw the drone up and see some of these. Just see the view from up high, all the trees and stuff covered. Nice. But I'm gonna get off here. Just wanted to jump on like I did yesterday, kind of update everybody on the way things are, and just talk a little bit about the gear. What was hoping, kind of get an idea on what people are using to stay warm, stay connected to the world. I will say this. So everybody that's stressing about, I know some people, and I'm one of them, like I'm out and about. Like my wife works from home, so her being home all day doesn't bother her. I'm gone all day every day, so when I'm just sitting around the house, it kind of drives me crazy. But last night we stayed up till, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock playing Phase 10, which we have power, have service, whatever, but it was take these opportunities for situations like this, especially if you don't have power, to laugh, hang out with your family, put your phones down, and just play a board game, play Monopoly, play Phase 10, Uno, poker, whatever games you've got laying around. Get them out of the closet and play some games. It's fun. So we had a blast. At about 3 o'clock this morning, or it was about 2:30, everybody was about to pass out, so we paused the game. So I guess I'm gonna head back to the house, and maybe we'll finish off the next 3 phases of Phase 10, and may come back live and let y'all know who won. Liv, my youngest, she I think she was in the lead. I think she was ahead of everybody. So, all right. Thanks for joining us, and I'm sure I'll get back on before the week's out or the weekend's over. See you later.